Okay, this episode is called Shortcomings. So Carrie opens, says, everyone has a worst nightmare. For Miranda, it's family hour at the gym.
Which, this would be mine too. And I
This is
love
crazy.
babies. I love them all. Why are they running around the gym?
Running around the New York Sports Club. That just seems so unsafe.
It breaks so many insurance policies and laws.
That's crazy. So she leaves the gym. She's in the elevator. She meets a cute single dad with his son. The son is already showing his ways, pressing all the buttons in the elevator and being a little menace already. But Amanda, she's flirting with the guy and he asked her on a date. At brunch, the ladies are talking about like divorced men because he's divorced. She says,
it's like chewing somebody else's gum.
Divorced men is like chewing someone else's
gum.
Sheesh.
Oh my God. That's such an antiquated way to look at a divorced man.
Divorced man, goddamn. Charlotte, meanwhile, defends divorced men. Her brother, Wesley, is currently going through a divorce from his wife, Leslie.
We want to meet Wesley of Wesley and Leslie. And P.S., does he work for Nestle?
So, she's all team divorcees. So Miranda, we see she goes on a little Central Park date with the single dad.
Iconic outfit, by the way. Loved this outfit.
Oh, I didn't remember what she was.
It was a matching like 2-piece set, a halter top with a see-through bamboo bag, everything. Oh my God.
Cool little print, yeah. So the dad, his horrible little son, who literally smacks her upside the head with a stick.
What? Yeah. Why is the son on the date?
That too. You can get a babysitter for this date. What the hell is this?
I know a single dad. He don't bring him everywhere.
Right.
Come on.
Oh God. But he's like so nice and charming. Tells Miranda he liked being married. He's not one for the streets. He wants to like get back to getting a wife or getting married and all that stuff. And saying all the things. Later we see Miranda. She's at his place. She sleeps with him. She goes to the bathroom naked, and the little kid tries to get into the bathroom, and she slams the door. So he obviously doesn't see her butt ass naked. And he gets hurt, and the dad is like, just go.
Just go. Please. Just go.
Just go. Just leave. If you don't tell your baby, we have to do this with my niece now. Now she'll be looking around the room. She's like, where's TT? Which is me. And she's like, the bathroom? And runs to the bathroom. Girl, do not try to interrupt people in the bathroom.
No privacy whatsoever.
Oh my God.
Now, Charlotte, her divorced little waspy brother, is in town.
Oh, Wesley.
Wesley. This big ass Duke t-shirt.
Yeah.
Charlotte is like trying so hard to convince him to work on his marriage.
To get back together with Leslie.
So later we see Charlotte out with her brother at the bar. Carrie comes to meet them, brings Samantha. Charlotte's pissed because she already knows Samantha's about to just sink her fangs into this man. Which, like clockwork, Sam was already at work.
Sure does. Yep.
So the next morning, Charlotte wakes up and Samantha's in the kitchen.
In the Duke t-shirt.
And Charlotte is pissed. And I mean, this was so mean.
For unknown reasons. I don't know what she thought. Oh, because she wants Leslie to come back.
She wants Leslie to come back. And she just wants to like protect her brother from like Samantha.
Yeah.
Distracting him from that.
Is your vagina in the New York City guidebooks? Because it should be. It's the hottest spot in town. It's always open.
Is your vagina in the New York City guidebooks? It should be. It's always open. That's fighting words.
Sure is.
That's crazy.
Sure is. That's so mean. Now I know what you think about me.
Now I know what you think. Exactly. Because she rattled that off so quickly too. So Samantha storms out. Obviously, Wesley runs after her. Later, he reveals to Charlotte that he and his wife hadn't had sex in 2 years. And obviously that's not good. We don't know the depths of it, but like that's not good already. And Charlotte then realizes like, oh damn, him being with Samantha last night was actually a good thing. So she goes with her tail beneath her legs, goes to Samantha with a little gift basket of muffins, and says her sorries. Now Carrie, this episode, is dating Vaughn Weasel, whatever, fiction writer. Loved Carrie's outfit in this first little opening scene.
Loved it. All the prints, just
all the prints, just giving us permission to mix the prints, ladies. Also, her bra was showing, bright pink bra. I just love it.
Whenever my bra showed, my mom blamed it on Carrie Bradshaw.
Yes.
She was like, oh, it's just Carrie Bradshaw, and the kids, they're watching, they see all the, stuff from Sex and the City, it's Patricia Field. It's her fault. My daughter's bra strap is out.
It's part of the outfit now.
Yeah.
Just gotta run with it, right?
Yeah, I still do that shit. What?
Yeah. It works sometimes. It really does. So anyways, they're dating. He takes Carrie to his family's townhouse just to drop off some books, knowing his mom, sister, everybody's gonna be home. So Carrie's now meeting the whole family.
Yeah, playing out full the Family Stone.
Yeah.
Antics.
The mom is amazing. I love this mom.
Yeah.
She loves Carrie's column. She's super cool. She's like a filmmaker. The dad is really cool too. He's a professor, invites Carrie to come and speak, calls Carrie an icon. They know who she is. They're in the culture. They're cool, cool parents. I hated this lesbian sister. They do gay people so wrong on this show.
All the time. God. Honestly, until Anthony gets there.
Oh yeah,
Anthony was very redeeming.
He's not there yet.
Yeah, he's not here yet. But otherwise, it's bad.
Bad. The sister walks in. She's like, "Sup?" What? I just why?
Oh my god.
We also had last season the lipstick lesbians,
power
lesbians or whatever. They do them so bad. Oh my god. But anyways, Carrie joins them for dinner, joins the whole family. She's loving it there. So after the family dinner, they head back to her apartment, her and Vaughn, after this amazing day of the family. And now they're getting hot and heavy. He comes before they even make it to the bed.
Oh my god, just touching, just thinking.
Just
mere
I don't think
imagination.
Yeah, you're just the thought that we're about to have sex. Boom, he's done.
Oh man.
So Samantha's like, get out.
Yeah.
Get out now.
Yep.
Don't look back.
Don't
get
get
out.
too attached to anyone involved.
Nope. But Carrie's like, but I love the family. Maybe. And so yeah, she's wondering now, when you sleep with someone, are you screwing the whole family? The whole everybody involved. So we see Carrie and the mom go out to dinner. They're besties.
Solo dinners. Oh my god.
Oh my god. She's literally, she says she's in love with the mom. She loves the mom.
But she also wants to further her career as well. She sees them.
Yeah.
They're big in media, the two of them. One is Columbia professor, the dad.
Yeah. They're just really interesting people. And she likes to be around interesting people. So she sees, a little avenue here. Her and Vaughn attempt to have sex again. Yeah. This is where they both gave themselves the ill setup.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yes. Because we're going to keep continuing this charade as if there isn't a huge elephant in the room.
Yeah. And he has to address it.
I think we saw them attempt 3, 4 times over the course of the episode. After the second time, I'm like, we need to talk.
Right.
And not even try to put him in a spot but let's talk about what's happening. Let's get through this because I would love to actually have sex. So yeah, later we see them try again, number 4, and she's trying to ease in. She's like, let's just start with kissing. Let's take things slow.
Yes, she brings it up first.
Tries to ease it in, and he just shuts down.
So odd.
Doesn't want to talk about it at all.
Yeah.
Goes on this whole rant. Why does everything have to be about sex?
Mommy issues with the sex and the openness, I guess.
Yeah, the mom, he grew up talking sex, very open household, and I guess he wants to keep it private, but we can't keep this private, bro. We're not even having sex. We're not even having sex.
It's just you having sex.
It's just you.
And you're not thinking of me, which is also fucked up. And I guess the openness around sex, very normal sex, really penetrated this man's brain who cannot have normal sex.
Yeah. But yeah, shut down, doesn't want to have the conversation, boom, so they're not going to talk about it. Yeah. So they head to his parents' place for brunch. Carrie's having a blast. He's in a really bad mood and being super rude to everybody. And Carrie decides, look, I'm going to head out.
Yeah, I'm not actually a part of this family, so I got to go.
The mom's running after him, running after her. Come back.
Oh, man.
And the mom immediately knew it was the sex life. She knew it was something to do with the sex.
Yeah.
And Carrie's like, I can't do this. Like, I can't talk to you about this. Like, we can't be having this conversation. And that's when she realized she's actually breaking up with the mom, not even him. And so Carrie heads out. She's wearing her iconic gray mini dress, looking just fab. I love how she's strolling down the street. She has the middle part with the wavy hair, just like prime Carrie, looking amazing. And she heads out, meets the ladies for brunch. And that was the episode. Okay, let's chat.
Yes.
So the overall question is like, when you date someone, how many people are like involved? When you become emotionally involved, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to start with Miranda, actually.
Oh, okay.
So she says divorced men are like, it's like chewing someone else's gum.
Right.
So she's saying she almost feels like the other woman is involved in a way. Like his ex is still involved here.
Yeah, yeah.
What is she saying? What does this even mean?
I honestly, okay, I might be taking this a little bit far, but I think this statement says a lot about feminism.
Oh, okay. Say more.
When she said that, I immediately thought about Ali Wong's comedy special where she says she needed a divorced man. She said, I need a man who was pre-yelled at.
Yeah.
Which I love, but that shows so much trust in his ex-wife.
Yeah.
She actually trusts a divorced man more than a man who's never been committed to a woman before. And I think with this statement and even attitudes like this, it's a distrust and mistrust of other women. That they're going to come back, that they're always lingering, that they're always going to want them back.
Yeah.
And now in 2025, I think we've progressed so far and we know so much about divorced women, and also women have gone so far with their own lives, so much farther with their own lives that they don't have to depend on men the same way they did even in 2001. So that statement actually like really stood out to me and got to me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because I see divorced men. That would be a green flag for me.
Me too.
Right now, right?
Yeah,
that's not a red flag at all. If anything, I think it would be a red flag if you were married and divorced within like a couple months or something.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, I just wonder about your decision making.
Yeah,
but if you've been married a couple years and you got divorced, like that is a huge red or a huge green flag. Especially if I'm looking to get married, you've been married, and now you're back out looking to get married again. Like clearly you like something about being married, right?
Right.
Having a partner, like a thing or two. And obviously you can commit, you value partnership. Like I think there's so much more benefits. I don't even know what the hell Miranda was talking about. Like someone else's chewed gum. Like what? How are you even seeing it this way?
Yeah. But you have to think about, I guess, what women thought about other women back then.
Yeah. Also, when I thought that too, that's like very rich for her to say, because I feel like we're all to some extent someone else's chewed
gum. Yeah.
Or chewed gum. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Skipper, still not over you, girl. Please. Walking around the city talking to whoever will ask about Miranda.
Whoever. Yeah. So that, I was like, that's not even fair. Also, you are somebody's chew gum as well, ma'am.
Right.
Like,
yes. Yeah.
And I, like, from my own experience, I loved picking Nate's brain about his past relationships.
Oh my God, I still do.
I still do.
You're so lucky his pictures.
I know. Yeah, you don't have any pictures. You haven't seen.
Because he doesn't have social media. So I have
That's true.
no
literally
pictures.
nothing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I loved asking questions, learning who Nate was through the relationships that he went through. Like, when you date anybody, you should be well aware that you're getting somebody else's chewed gum, right? And I wanted to know who landed in my lap. What have you been through? Whose mouths have you been chewed up? You know what I mean? Like, I feel grateful that I got the best version of Nate because these other women were chewing his gum.
Because these other women, he's pre-done.
Yes.
I need that out of a man.
Yeah. So in a weird way, you can feel like almost thankful, like, thanks, sis.
Yes,
like,
totally.
Because he's learned the lessons, he's done the work through his relationships with you all to allow him to be the best version of himself for me, you know? And likewise, I'm sure they learned whatever lessons through him that they've now become the best women for their people, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought, Miranda, that was like a wild way to describe somebody who just has past relationships. Like, you do too, girl. Like, what? Now, dating a single dad with the question of how many people become emotionally involved when you're in a relationship. You know, there's a mom if she's, still alive. There's a mom. There's the kid that's involved in the picture. You've dated a man with kids before. I want to know, what's your experience with dealing with additional bodies, additional emotions?
The thing that you have to accept is that the kids come first, and there's always another woman. You have to accept that that's going to be in the orbit.
Yeah.
It's the best situation where the parents have either become friends or they've been apart a long time. The guy I was with, they were apart for a long time. And yeah, the kids just came first. So you have to know that. Like, he couldn't come to a function of mine because his kids had some Halloween thing or basketball thing or something. And I was like, no, those kids come first. And you have to have that same attitude too. Yeah.
It's a lot of acceptance, which is hard for most humans.
A lot. Yeah. And then trust. You have to trust the mom too, which I was on her side most of the time, which made it easy.
Yeah, those two things being foundational, like trust and acceptance, which I think are two things that are very hard for people to
and those
hold.
Don't you think those are two things that people usually have to earn?
But
when you're a single parent, it has to be given.
Yeah. I don't have any experience dating single father. I just I wasn't a huge kids person. That was really what it was. I never even thought about the girl. I never thought about the wife or the other woman. I was just like, I don't want no kids around me until I need to have kids around me. And late 20s, I was like, I don't know what to do with kids. I'm good. But I like the way you're thinking about it. Like, trust, acceptance, they got to be at the foundation. And that is hard for a lot of people to trust another woman who's always around, as you said. That's like crazy to people. What do you mean she's always around? That's the mom. Of course,
that's the mom.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, Charlotte now.
Okay.
Charlotte was involved in her brother's divorce, or involving
herself in the affairs,
making it very clear that she wanted it to work out with him and Leslie. And just, I think, overstepping
for sure,
a bit too emotionally involved, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I thought so too.
I think emotion. Do you think it was emotionally involved, or do you just think she doesn't want her brother to be divorced?
That's probably it. Knowing Charlotte with how it looks and blah blah blah, like bullshit, probably that.
They reference being waspy quite often,
a lot
in this episode, and I feel like that's part of it.
Yeah, the community, they're all going to be looked at.
What are they going to say? They're Christian. You can't get divorced, whatever.
Yeah. I was trying to put myself in Charlotte's shoes. Right? Okay. So when your siblings is divorcing their partner, which is really sad because you also grow to love that person and they become a part of your family, but then you're forced to break up with them because your sibling isn't, right? Doesn't want to be with them. My sister-in-law is like my sister.
No, absolutely not. No, we're not having it. I'm just telling you, Dorian, right now, we're not having it. And my last name ain't Scott, but we're not doing this. No.
My sister-in-law is like my sister. Like, we're so close. She's been in my life now 12, 13 years. Like, if anything were to happen, like, I could see Charlotte, because I would be so absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
I would take it personally.
Yeah.
I would be very emotionally involved, like trying to get them to like figure this out.
Yes.
Like,
same with my brother. Yeah. And his fiance, I would be like, oh, no. Oh, no. What did you do? First off.
Yeah.
Then we can try to reverse this.
What did you do? Oh my God. Yeah, that's I've never been in that situation. I don't wish that on
No,
like,
I don't want to.
It's so tough because, my brother is my blood, right? My loyalty is with my blood, but it'd be really hard for me to cut off ties to somebody who feels like blood to me now, you know?
Wow.
But she's not. And if my brother's making this decision, I gotta ride where I gotta ride. You know what I mean?
Where?
It depends on what. Okay.
Yeah.
Caveats. Okay. It depends on what went down too, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, if he was like straight up at fault, right? Then I'm gonna be pissed at him. I'm gonna be sad for her. Like, you're in the middle. So definitely the nature of the breakup is very dependent. But I think it's just so tough because I was like, how would I even?
I think when there's kids involved, it would be impossible for me to pick a side.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't because she's going to be in your life forever.
Yeah.
No matter what. Yeah.
And she's the mother of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
So, no, I can't beef with her because of you. No, please.
I think the best rule of thumb, which Charlotte was just like not like adhering to this because she was struggling. Clearly she loved Leslie. And I was like, I get it. I love you, but like I would be struggling. But like your friends, your family, like people in your life, they are the experts of their own life. You have to just know that whatever decision they're making you have to presume it's best for them.
Yeah.
As much as you fucking hate the decision that they might be making, and the decision is impacting you, like it's happening to you too, and you don't have a choice in the matter, it's just not appropriate to try to get involved in a way to like get them to do something else when they are making the decision for their life, and you just have to accept. That's like another point of acceptance.
Yes. And you can't ask crazy questions. Like, you just have to be patient. You can't be saying shit like that because they went through something clearly behind your back.
Exactly. And you don't see the ins and outs of everybody's relationship. So you can't even bring an opinion based on something that you know the tip of the iceberg about. You know? But yeah, it's tough. I know a couple who went through a divorce, really bad divorce.
No.
Bad financial divorce.
No.
Might have been some like infidelity, some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
And her brother like refused to take sides. It's fucking weird.
Was there sides to take?
Take your sister's side.
Okay.
She was the one that was going through she was getting the brunt of it.
Okay.
But their lives are so entangled. He's been in their life for so long. You know, it's like close family, been for 10 years, whatever. This is what I'm talking about. The nature of the breakup matters.
Absolutely matters. Yeah.
Absolutely matters. But he like refused to take a side.
What?
And was like became very emotionally involved in like their fucking marriage that isn't working out, and she's bowing out.
Right.
I understand you love him. You know, he has a side or whatever the hell, but like you kind of just go with your sis in this moment.
And your sister needs you for a very specific thing right now, right?
Yes.
I'll never forget on Higher Learning, Rachel said that when Brian moved out, Van was there. Van, his wife, were in the house with her.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, you're my sister. I'm not going to let you sit here by yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, her blood relatives are in Texas or whatever doing their thing. And then she has all sisters, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And Van was like, no, I'm here to protect you and like make you happy, make you smile. There's another man here to like, you know, make sure everything goes fine in this process. That's what you need your brother for in that moment, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Very strange. I never understood it. And I was like, okay, you know, you have this person who's been in your life. You feel like you're getting broken up with. And you didn't make the decision, you know? But in this case, the nature of what went down, it was so clear. Like, it just felt like he was being emotional about something that is not, it's not
none
to
of your
do
business
with you. Like,
that's so crazy.
The decision is made and you just go to the left, which is just,
wow. Yeah.
And that's it. Like, bizarre. Let's get into Carrie.
Yes.
Carrie meets Vaughn's family pretty early on.
Really early. Yeah.
They weren't even like a super solid like couple yet.
No, she didn't really know him that well.
No, this was way too soon, right?
Way too soon. He was way too eager.
Yeah.
To be like, no, come in. It's fine. It's definitely not fine.
It's not fine. It's not fun. But even he was like he was eager about it and also like casual about it. Casual about her meeting his family, almost as if it didn't matter.
Right. Yeah. I could see that being the kind of family he grew up in, right? They're like unconventional. They're such New Yorkers. Blah, 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 blah. So maybe that's why.
It was also weird to me because he hadn't even met her friends yet, it seemed. So it's like she's meeting your family before she meets your friends, or you even meet her friends. Like, I feel like it's friends first and then family.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Oh, well, actually, that didn't happen to me.
Really?
I was COVID though. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's different. Yeah.
I wonder if this is a thing if your mom or dad is famous.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people know them anyway.
Already know them. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder. 'Cause she had an Oscar, the mom. The dad was a professor at a very large Ivy League school. Like, if you have high profile parents, is it actually just a flex for you to introduce your date to them?
And
then
that what he was doing?
Well, no. And then also, is it like, oh, you've heard of her before, and she's heard of Carrie before, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but it is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. The fuck? And I'm wearing all different prints from all different stores.
I look wild right now, and I'm meeting your mom, your dad, and your two sisters are here. Like, it was a family dinner.
Yeah.
The heck? He was very flippant about it. I didn't like how he just involved his family off rip. And it was in a very casual way. It seemed like reckless. Now, Carrie loves his family. The family's great.
Yeah.
And she's holding on to him because of the family.
Yeah, and they love her back.
And they love her. Yeah. When you date someone, this is her question. When you date someone, how many people become emotionally involved? What do you think of that?
So many people. I was thinking, I was like, this has never happened to me. Yes, the fuck it has.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. Girl, the meanest man I ever dated who flew me out to South Carolina, his mom loved me.
Ooh. And this is from church, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So we were all intertwined.
Yeah.
This happens a lot, I would imagine, in places where community dating is still very prevalent. So places where you're dating people from your town, you're dating people from your neighborhood, people from your village, whatever the case is, town. Religious organization, church. And so I think when it's that case, it's like the whole community's involved with your relationship, which can be so helpful. Honestly, I think it's more helpful than hurtful.
Okay. How so?
Yeah, I think when you have
so risky to me.
It is risky. It is. But when you have community involved, you have accountability involved.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot less ghosting. There's a lot less disrespect.
Yeah. You act right because you know mad people are watching.
Yes.
You should. You should act right.
You should.
So many people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So many people are involved. And at the very least, your mama gonna hear about it. And you don't want to tarnish her reputation in town.
Yeah, true. Yeah, ideally.
And now Vaughn has tarnished his reputation with her favorite columnist.
Yeah.
Of the week.
I feel so sad for her. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think now in the age, especially of online dating, now that's shifted. It's so different now. There's a lot less community involved. And there's a lot less people involved in dating in the first couple of months, at least. And I don't think that's helpful.
That is interesting. Yeah, it has changed a lot with online dating because like it's you off on your dates in your silo with that guy you met until you bring your worlds together.
You have to bring the worlds together yourself. Yeah.
And that for most of dating was not that. It was more communal. Like everybody in the town, community, mom, dad, like everybody knew. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I think with Carrie and this dude, which is why I come back to like why he introduced her so early to the family, because I think that's the biggest red flag for me is the beginning stages, especially, I think are so sacred. I see what you're saying, how it could be helpful early days, people kind of know about it.
Yeah.
But I also like the idea of like the early days being so sacred. You and this one person really get to just like build your foundation without the interruption of other people's opinions.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I could see both though. I could see how both could go well or be a detriment. Like you're off on cloud 9 with this dude who fucking sucks. And
he could be terrible.
Like, it was just you in your bubble with him the whole time. Like I could see that too. So I could see both sides, but I think it really depends on the person and their capabilities of keeping boundaries. Like the person who is more apt for their mom's opinion and their friends to kind of like meddle. Yeah. That person, I think, needs to date off in a silo and protect that little sacred bubble for a little bit. You know? Really? I think so. Because if you have a greater risk of your mom coming in and like poisoning your mind about things, then I don't know if the communal dating would be good for you. That's maybe the reason why you're not meeting anybody or you're not keeping anybody, because you let the voices of others meddle too much, you know?
Yeah, or it can be some of the reasons that people are like, he's a great guy, you should really go for him. We know him and we know you, and we know you'd be a great matchup.
But that also feels risky to me, because then I feel like that leaves room for the voices of others to maybe talk you into something that you know in your heart might not even be good for you.
I mean, it might, but the chances of it not being, I think, as we saw with arranged marriages, are usually fine. Like they usually work out. And I say this with experience with me and Crunch. We were in the same workplace
office, yeah,
and we had a lot of people telling us, "Oh my God, you guys are two great people. This is amazing." After we got married, oh my God, he told me the reaction was crazy. So like, I think and even in the office, in previous offices that I've worked at, with people intermingling and dating, it was like, girl, you got to stop this with this man. You know what I mean? We'll stop it, even if you have to work together still. We'll stop you from doing something really terrible because we know that he's terrible. You know?
Yeah. I think I guess the risk is always kind of there. But I think what I'm saying is it's up to us to be able to develop strong boundaries and to know when you're listening to yourself and your own gut over the voices of others.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. And what's best for you.
Yeah. Because it could be very sticky where you're like, listen, the closest people who you trust, or people who you know have their best interest out for you, but then their voice becomes louder, maybe over your own, because you're like, well, he's vetted, he should be good.
Yes, like the guy who I was just talking about, who was the meanest guy ever from church. He was terrible. But our parents were like, you have to get together. This is the love story we want.
This is going to be great. Yeah. The love story we want. Yeah. And you're like, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
He comes vetted, you think, And I think, how old are we? We were like in our mid-20s.
26.
The fuck is boundaries? We have no idea. So like, you see, it could be risky if you don't have I'm going to listen to my gut, my intention, my intuition. I don't feel good about this. I don't know. If you don't have that, then you can fall into, all right, I'll go on this date with this dude and see, and or I'll date him for a couple of months. Yeah, I'll keep dating him because he's vetted and everybody loves him, but really he ain't shit, and in your gut, but you don't want to disappoint others or something.
Yeah, or others are convincing you that like that's just how he is.
Oh God,
you just have to deal with it. Oh, that's just how you've known him, you know him, you know, girl, a mess.
But interesting, I didn't think about it in the way like how it could be a benefit to have a little bit of involvement and like other people's, I don't know, what's the right word?
I think there's it's not approval, but
it's not approval.
For instance, one of the reasons that I developed such a huge crush on my husband in the office was how he treated my female coworkers. He treated them with immense respect, and they really liked working with him. And I was like, this is what I need out of a husband. I'm a third generation all girls school student. I can't just get with no man who doesn't respect women. So that's a big part of it. And I remember telling that to one of our coworkers, and he was blown away that was even a prospect that I would look at. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I thought you were going to say that was even a reason for you.
Yeah, that too. He was like, oh my God, how'd you pick up on that? And how'd you know that? Like, how did you, like, what? That's a thing that you look at? I'm like, yeah.
Yes, that's a thing. Buck up, act better. Like,
yes. Oh my God. And then he started dating somebody else in the office. Girl, I'll tell you Thursday. Anyway. Girl, a mess.
Oh my God. Yo, Justine's stories on this last office. The pool party shit you told me the last time you were here. I hadn't heard that story yet. That shit was crazy.
And I didn't send you the Black History Month.
You do need to send me that.
I'm going to send you the movie. Oh my God. Please. It's a movie. It's 24 minutes long.
I cannot believe this.
Girl, there's a racist dog in our office.
I knew it was the dog. Yeah.
Who loved me, thank God.
My God, where did you work? Like, what is this planet? It's
just wherever the men are.
I know. It's half America. Yeah. Jesus. Oh God. Okay. I think my last question I really have.
Sure, yeah.
Vaughn, his mom, parents, no boundaries.
Yeah.
It seems like he had like a cool mom. They could talk about anything, but then now they're adults, and it's like where someone's got to draw a line here. Even during this breakup, the mom is like, "Come back, Carrie." Like, what? You can't do that. How can someone set boundaries and keep them when you have a mom who you're like super close with or is like very invested or like a bit of a meddler even like means well, but like how do you set and keep those boundaries with her?
Okay, well, can I tell you guys a little story? Let's light the campfire.
Okay. Yes.
So my mom is a #cool mom, right?
Yes.
My mom has several Instagrams, several TikTok accounts, all with different social strategies. My mom gets PR packages from places in town.
Stop.
Okay, she's out here.
God.
She still does not have my husband's phone number. She has been asking for 4.5 years.
Oh my God, really?
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
And I hold it over her head like a carrot to a horse.
Oh my God.
Because I know if she takes it, if I give her an inch, she will take that mile. Now, my very well-meaning, emotionally charged, and tech-savvy father does have his phone number.
Oh, okay.
And has had it for years.
Yeah.
So they will text.
God, I can't believe that. Because I know her. She's like going crazy.
She's going
realize.
nuts.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I'm getting to the point now. The couple months married, I gotta let her have it.
Yeah, like safety purposes. Yeah. Maybe like even
But there is, with those people who are overbearing, who want to do too much, who are overexcited even just for you. My mother was just very excited for me, and just thought that Crunch was so great. With those people, there's always a hard boundary and a hard line that they'll cross. And I knew it was phone number for her, for example. But for some people, it could just be Instagram or Facebook. Don't be friends on Facebook or whatever. Or just keep denying her on Facebook, or just like keep her in the parking lot on Facebook.
So you knew this is the thing. I have to draw the line here.
Yep.
Because this is where she could really overstep and then just like really meddle in a way that is going to be unhealthy for all of us.
Yeah. And also those people are usually so excited. They're too excited to play dumb. And like the first time I met Crunch's mom, she gave me her phone. She was like, "Put your phone number in here." So like, I'll just text you. Put your phone number in here. You see her, she's like acting like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's not a big deal." That's a smart lady.
Give me your number. I want to talk to you all the time. I do know that or not.
Yep. I'm like thinking she doesn't know what a podcast is. She subscribes and she is a patron. So like, a lot of the time when they are so excited for you, they can't even act like they can't. So you can see that boundary pretty quickly and clearly. What's your advice on this?
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I think my experience, so Nate is one of 2 sons.
Oh.
Mom, both of her sons are off and married, and it's definitely impacted her a lot.
Yeah.
They always say, daughter is a daughter forever. Son's a son until he gets a wife or something like that. Yeah.
Hate that shit, bro. God, we got to be around all the time. We're always available.
But then the sons can go off and do whatever. Like, what? But yeah, I think that has impacted her in a way. Like she's taken that to, she's felt a loss. She's talked about it, like feeling like dealing with the fact that her sons are, off living their life or whatever, and they don't need her anymore. So this whole thing has been like an ultimate test for her to figure out her shit and build a life for herself outside of her sons.
Yeah.
Her life, it's a bigger, thing about identity, the identity of being a mom. And then when that ends, now what do you do? Like, she's retired now too. So it's like just all the time in the world. And, wishing her sons needed her. And
it never ends, right? You always need your mom.
To some extent, you always need her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But their role was different.
the role's different. And, you're watching your sons who are in their deep 30s go off and build lives with these two other women who like need them too.
Yeah, who need them, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, what Nate's been working on is those boundaries and like being encouraging to her and supporting to her to like kind of push her to like access what that identity is outside of just being a mom. But like working on his boundary of accessibility. That's what he's like setting. That's what he's trying to figure out what that is and like setting that boundary. Cause, I'm not gonna always be accessible to you. I can't. I not only have my own wife, but I'm about to build my own family.
Right.
We don't live in state. I'm busy with
working.
I'm working. Like I just can't be as accessible to you as I was, prior. And so that's for him, like your mom with the phone number, for him, that's the thing. It's like my accessibility. Like I cannot call all the time. We can't come over every weekend. We can, the things that she wants. It's just not gonna happen. Like we just can't, Mom.
And don't you think it's a fulfillment of something toxic that you're
That
aware
too.
of, right?
Yeah.
You want me to still be a child, and I'm not a child anymore.
And I'm not a child.
Yeah. That does not mean you're not a mom. Right.
It's just our relationship. We're both adults now. This has to like morph into something else. So yeah, it's tough. Like, that's a whole other thing. Like adult relationships with your parents.
Girl, raising these niggas. Oh my God. I really don't have it that bad. I'm just like, oh my God. I really don't have it that bad because I have two parents who now aggressively take care of themselves because I have supermodel niece and nephew who they want to be around for and active with.
Yeah.
But before then, I was like, what are you eating? Why are you eating that? Do you take medication? Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Raising these niggas. Oh my God. Yeah, it's tough. Because we're trying to attend to our own needs. We're in a we're in relationships now, or even if you're single, you're trying to focus on finding a partner and like building a relationship elsewhere, and like just setting that boundary of like, you got to take care of yourself. I got to be over here with mine. And then figuring out what that boundary is when you do get into a relationship, as you discovered, like, what's the interaction to even allow you to have over here? Because we still gotta keep I will always be a daughter. You'll always be a daughter. We'll always be a kid to them. But in reality, we're adults and we're bridging and building our own lives. And we got to like redraw the lines of what those boundaries that were very loose before, because I was a child, what they look like now when I'm a grown ass adult and I don't actually need you.
And in
that way.
And someone else of the same sex as you needs me more. And I think sometimes this is the first step for some people into true real adulthood. The people who get married straight out of college, or who've only lived at home and then they just get married and go off and live with their partner. This is their first step in not being a child.
Right.
Is involving somebody else, which I think that's really, really fascinating. And I would love to speak more with those people about how they have boundaries with their parents, or do they have boundaries with their parents? That relationship is probably very different with their spouse too.
God. Yeah, for sure.
Because their level of independence is just so low.
Yeah.
And you probably still depend on your parents for something.
You are on a bill of some sort.
Of some kind.
Yeah. They can hold that shit over your head.
Yeah. When for me, it was actually the last step of me being an adult. I was already not depending on them for anything, not like lived on my own, did my own thing. And then the last step was I got a man for real. And it was really tough for a really long time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a tough part of adulting,
it's
quote
so
unquote.
hard. Yeah.
Renegotiating that relationship with your parents and respecting yourself as a full-fledged adult now, that there are certain things that you need and certain things you need from them. To respect your needs as an adult now. Justine, what did we learn this episode?
Oh my God. We learned that you can fall in love with the mom.
I know.
And the mom can fall in love with you. That was a sad breakup.
That was sad.
That was the saddest one we've seen.
What?
We've seen two with big so far.
Yeah. Because also getting great in-laws is truly a blessing. And Carrie knows that. You know, she knows this is a dime or dozen.
Yep.
And that was really sad.
And so did she. She was like, "This is not going to be like me."
Yeah.
That was psychotic. But also everything. She's right.
But everything. Yeah.
What about you? What did we learn?
Boundaries, set them with people in your life out there for your own protection, for the protection of you and your partner. And yeah, I mean, that's such a like blanket answer, like boundaries, set boundaries, but like it is kind of like the word of like the century of, particularly with adulting and adult relationships with your friends who used to have these willy-nilly boundaries with because you're young running around. Now with your parents, like it is really redrawing the lines of these relationships that are long held relationships, but they need to change once you enter into like a real sacred relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh man, that is the millennial word.
That really is.
There's a word for us. It is fucking boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yep.
Seriously. Oh my God. Sound off in the comments, guys. Rate, review, and subscribe. Join us tomorrow for Traders on the Roast Stems tier on Patreon. And we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.